What's going on, everyone? All you clutchies and clutchers out there, this is a very special episode. If you're ready, I'm ready. We have a lot to talk about. But first, I have to bring on a very homebound and very special guest. You guys have been watching him on Naked Sports. His name is Nick LeBlanc. And here he is, the loud, the amazing Nicholas Raymond LeBlanc. How are we doing, Nick?
Define loud.
You remember I said that last time and you said loud? Man, Nick, we have a lot to talk about on the show. We're going to get to the Red Sox just like you and I got to last night at work. We have to talk about Cam Newton being cut by the New England Patriots and some other roster cuts by the Patriots. And then we got Mac Jones starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. And we're going to get into NFL in the last segment. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's start talking about the lovely Red Sox right now. Nick, what's going on with them right now as you're reading the stitch down below? Red Sox catching COVID. What are your thoughts on that?
That's the only thing positive with the Red Sox at this point, isn't it?
It feels like it. This team is very sad.
It is. I mean, the offense looks dead. The pitching has been absolutely right out awful lately, and it's not getting any better. You now Alexander Bogaerts for the next 10 days because he tested positive for COVID last night. You're already without Matt Barnes and Martin Perez and Sal Mora. The Red Sox is just a big clump of a huge mess right now and doesn't seem to get any better. Yeah, you got Ryan Brazier activated from the IL today after he's missed the entire season due to knee issues and being struck in the head early in spring. You got Whitlock available tonight, Richards available tonight, Vino available. So you got some reinforcements of that bullpen, but you just look at it, this is just a completely depleted roster. I mean, you got your first base coach quarantining in Cleveland. You had to leave Bogaerts behind. Kike Hernandez is going to be out for a while. You don't know when Arroyo's going to come back. It's just a big, huge mess. And August was a terrible month for the Red Sox. You went from a game and a half lead in the AL East to now 9 games out of first place. The division's out of reach at this point.
It is, Here's the thing, and we were talking yesterday about, the Red Sox can't catch a break. Now Xander Bogaerts is on the COVID list. Munoz is now on there. It's just like it's like who else you want to put there? Rafi Devers, JD Martinez? Sure, throw them in. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yankee fans are probably, tossing money up in the air saying, great, this is what the Red Sox are doing. And here's the thing. We also discussed how the Red Sox were not supposed to be this good to start the season. We're supposed to be absolutely terrible after the signing of Kike Hernandez, Hunter Renfroe. We were expecting the Red Sox to be where we are right now, 3rd or maybe 4th place in the AL East. We weren't expecting them to rise up.
No, and look, the Red Sox had a huge surprise this year, and that's the great thing. It was a huge surprise, and look, I think maybe Red Sox fans, and you and I included, we got a little too carried away probably. We didn't see the glaring issues. I mean, we knew this team had issues. The rotation was a mess, still is a mess. You don't know who the hell's starting right now because Pivetta is struggling. Richards, Martin Perez can't be trusted in the damn rotation.
Right.
The bullpen was your strength the first half of the year, and that's just turned into your absolute greatest nightmare as we anticipated. So it's not shocking. What's huge, though, is last year the Red Sox had the 3rd-ranked offense in baseball, and they sucked. And you still have a top offense, but the offense has literally just went to sleep. One night they score 8 runs. The next night you're lucky if they can scratch across 2.
Right. This team has been very agonizing for Red Sox fans right now. It was great to be in first place. And, you and I were talking saying, this team could look like a good playoff team come September or October. But if you ask me, Deb, are the Red Sox looking like a playoff team? No, they're really not. If the Red Sox lose tonight and you have your ace, Chris Sale, pitching against the Tampa Bay Rays, that's a little bit of a problem for the Red Sox right there. Because, they just got out of a 1st and 2nd no-out jam, which was huge for Chris Sale. But still, you shouldn't be having base runners on if you're Chris Sale on the mound right now.
You were in first place in the AL East. The Rays, Yankees, and Blue Jays were all chasing you. Now you're chasing the Rays. You're chasing the Yankees. Got to hold off the Blue Jays, who are right up your ass in the wild card standings. Seattle's up your ass. The Oakland is right on your ass. So
Right.
it's like, when are the Red Sox gonna just start to be the guys that we saw the first 4 months of the year, and not this absolute dumpster fire of a team that we've seen in the last month?
Right.
I mean, look, if the Red Sox went on this type of stretch and had all these COVID issues, say in April and May,
Right.
it's like, okay, fine. And then they went on a run between June and now. It's like, okay, fine. I would take that. I'd take that right now. Right now, the Red Sox true colors are showing, and look, you can blame the players for letting the trade deadline get to them.
Right.
Fine, but can you blame them? They sat on their hands and did absolutely nothing. Yeah, Schwarber's worked out great, fantastic, woohoo.
Yeah.
Hansel Robles blows. Austin Davis blows because they're coming from two crap bag teams this year. So, it's like, what do you expect? Look, I didn't expect the Red Sox to go out and get a Max Scherzer or a Blake Snell type of guy. I didn't expect that.
Would have been nice,
But-
though.
Oh, absolutely. But the Nationals signed John Lester to a low, cheap deal. You're telling me you couldn't bring back John Lester and paid like half of his $10 million salary?
It would have been nice.
Really? Lester is a better option than Pivetta, Richards, and Martin Perez combined.
Right. And here's the thing. We got a couple comments over here. Xavier says, "What's up, Dev?" Then we got Raph saying, "Hey, what's good, Nick and Devin? Ready to watch this show?" Yes, sir. Raph, we appreciate that. Then we have Miles Tiemann has a really interesting comment here. Red Sox had a good start of the year, though. It's true.
They did.
The Red Sox
They
did
did.
have a great start. We're not saying that they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, getting swept by the Baltimore Orioles the first weekend of the series was honestly absolutely pathetic.
Right.
But then you rattle off 9 straight. You sweep the Rays at home. You sweep the Orioles in Baltimore. Like, again, a team that you should be able to sweep every single year because the Orioles are just an absolute dumpster fire.
They are.
You took 3 out of 4 from the Twins. You split with the White Sox. You split with the Blue Jays, and you took 3 out of 4 from Seattle in April. It's like, okay, this is good. This is good. This is a great start to the year, and they kept that momentum all throughout before the All-Star break. They were the comeback kids the first half of the year. Like 80% of their wins were comeback from behind wins.
Yeah.
Where's that team?
Nowhere to be found. I'll tell you that. I'm still trying to search them.
Put them on a milk carton that says missing. If found, contact Red Sox.
Seriously, that's where I'm aiming for the Red Sox right now. If you ask yourself, Nick, do the Red Sox deserve to be in the playoff spot right now? No, I don't think so. They don't.
Speaking of, Chris Sale just gave up a 2-run shot.
Dude.
That was Nelson Cruz.
Oh. Nelson Cruz out of all people.
Nope. No, not Nelson Cruz. Franco.
Like, seriously?
Uh,
It's like, here's the thing. Like, we were expecting the Red Sox to at least take 2 out of 4 from this team. This team needs to score more than 1 run per game. If you think that scoring 1 run per game is going to win you championships, no. Unless you win the game 1-0, then that's great, fine, fantabulous. But the Red Sox really need to wake up and score some runs. They can't be like, last night they were up 1-0. I'm thinking, oh, this team has a little bit of potential. Xander Bogaerts having the only RBI, in that first inning. I'm thinking, oh, this team has, a lot to show right now with being up 1-0. Nope. After that, 1-1, Rosarena hit a solo shot, and then after that, 5-1, 8-1. It's just like, where's this team? When's this team going to care? Where's this team back in April and June that actually scored some runs and didn't actually give up 2-run shots, grand slams, 3-run shots? This team is very agonizing. It's pissing me off. And I was very
this team doesn't care because management didn't care about them to begin with.
exactly.
That's the reality of it. The Red Sox look, they were overachieving. And that's a great thing. And honestly, as an organization, you want to award your team for overachieving.
Right.
This team was this ownership group and this GM from Tampa Bay, Bloom. First off, get the small market mentality out of your goddamn pea-sized brain, you freaking dodo. And you're in Boston. You expect to win year in and year out. The fans expect you to win. It's not Tampa Bay where they don't give two poops about baseball 90% of the time. It's not.
No.
So you take that and two owners, and Henry and Tom Warner, who are so hell-bent on, we have to stay under the luxury tax because of X, Y, and Z. I don't give a damn about X, Y, Z right now. I care about you putting a winning product on the field, or at least a competitive product. You put out a competitive product, yeah, sure. I still want to see you in October every single year. And the fact that you did absolutely nothing at the deadline, you just stayed pat, wanted to stay under your precious luxury tax so that we can save a few $1,000,000 and charge us fans out the nose for concessions and tickets. This is what you get. You basically told your team, your players, your 26 guys on that roster, we still don't believe in you, so stop overachieving. And that's basically what they've done. The Red Sox, the management gave up on the Red Sox, so guess what? The Red Sox players are giving up on the owners. Rightfully so. It's pissing me off, though, because, there's still games. I still want you to compete, but, do I blame the Red Sox players for not wanting to try for their owners if management's not going to help them out? Nope.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Like, what really aggravates me with this team is that if the Red Sox showed a little bit of faith in acquiring some help during the trade deadline, maybe some pitchers like, I don't know, Kenta Maeda from the Minnesota Twins, he would have been a great help. Maybe getting Jose Barrios would have been a great help for starting rotation.
Right or wrong from 7 years ago.
Right, exactly. Getting Kyle Schwarber, that was big help. I was surprised. I thought we were going to go after like a first baseman, like Anthony Rizzo. I wouldn't have minded having him.
Rizzo would not have accepted a trade to the Red Sox, and honestly, I don't blame his reasoning. He said he didn't want to go to a team that gave up on him early in his career, and frankly, I don't blame Rizzo for that at all.
I mean, I don't. It does hurt me to see him go to an arch rival team as in the New York Yankees. I mean, it hurts me to see the Yankees.
Oh, trust me, I puked in my shoes.
Them getting. I would say they won over us in the trade deadline. Joey Gallo is a win, and Rizzo.
Rays, Yankees, Blue Jays, all three teams that were behind you in the standings at the trade deadline, they all improved. You did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's sad to say that as a Boston Red Sox fan. It really is. To see us just get a good bat in Kyle Schwarber, great, amazing, but he can't be doing all the work for the Boston Red Sox. I was expecting maybe Jarren Duran to be doing some, more help for the Red Sox, calling him up and wish he's been an okay help, but, here's the thing. Red Sox having runners in scoring position is not a great idea because, back to the Yankees series when we had the first game of a doubleheader, we were down by 2 runs, bases loaded, no outs in the top of the 7th inning of a doubleheader. Strikeout, pop up, end the game. That's just sad as a Boston Red Sox fan when you're playing against your arch rival. And here's the thing. I think it was Nick Pivetta pitching that game. He pitched a phenomenal game. 4 innings, not giving up runs. And, it's been the answer that, we've been talking about this whole time, that, this Red Sox bullpen has not been doing well, and we need help in the bullpen. Yeah, we got Adam Ottavino. Yeah, we got Garrett Whitlock, but that, those guys are great acquisitions. Yeah, we got Schwarman, whatever his name is. I can't even pronounce his name.
Salmora,
thank you. And we got him, which was great pickup. But, we need more bullpen help than just what we have right now in order to win us some playoff games. And we kind of need some more bench help, too. If you're telling me that Royal, Puecki, and Durant is going to give you some help in the playoffs? I say no, because I think after tonight, say if we do lose against the Tampa Bay Rays, we're tied.
And the A's are winning. And the A's are winning 3-1. You'll be tied with the A's. The A's will probably be percentage points ahead of you.
Yeah, and I think the Yankees play tonight, one of their last games of a 3-game series, and then the A's play tomorrow afternoon. And if they win, you basically need to hope and pray that the Red Sox either tie it up or whatnot.
You don't find a way to win tonight. Tigers don't come out to beat the A's. Good chance before the first pitch tomorrow, you're a half game behind the Oakland A's in the wild card.
And that's sad to say as a Boston Red Sox fan that the Oakland A's could be playing the New York Yankees. But this weekend, I'm just looking to the future. I say we probably win tonight, hopefully, because we're down 2-1 in the top of the fourth, fifth right now as we speak.
Top 4, 2 out.
Top, of course, 2 outs for the Red Sox. I'm not surprised. This team do we have any runners on base at least right now? No, of course not. This is why it's very frustrating as a Red Sox fan. Against the Tampa Bay Rays, you should be at least splitting this series. I wasn't expecting a sweep.
You should have swept the Texas Rangers. You should have swept the Minnesota Twins. You should have swept the Cleveland Indians. 2 teams that just are absolute garbage, and 1 team that's literally just hovering around 500. No excuse why you couldn't take 9 out of 9. Look, I'll take the 6 out of 9 any day of the week. I'll take the 6 out of 9, but you should have taken 9 out of 9.
Exactly, against
no
the Rangers,
for that.
Saturday
Getting
night,
blown out, losing 5-1 to the Texas Rangers. Then what was it? 10-2 against the Twins, and that second game of that series.
No. Second game against the Rangers, we lost 10-1, which was really depressing as a Red Sox fan. It really was. And then against the Minnesota Twins, we went into extra innings. We could have won it in the 9th inning, but Alex Verdugo wanted to be a little bit extra and swing, at 3 pitches that were pretty decent right down the middle. And it would have won us probably the game. But other than that, it was terrible. And then, Christian Vasquez swings at what could have been ball 4, and maybe, the Red Sox would have lost the game by 1.
And the Red Sox have been doing that so much.
Yeah.
Just swinging at balls.
They've been kicking each other in the face for so many times, and it's not looking good. If I'm Chaim Bloom right now, I'm thinking about, the offseason right now. Because right now, I'm hoping as a Red Sox fan, do I want the Red Sox to make the playoffs? I do. But if you ask me, can they make it this year? I'm going to say no. If you get swept by the Indians at home this weekend, season's over with.
Oh no! If you get swept by the Rays, season's over.
Yeah.
Forget the Indians. Forget the Rays the final 3 times in Boston that you had to deal with them. Forget about the White Sox, Mariner. Forget about the rest of the schedule.
Yeah.
If you get swept by the Rays again and 4 straight in Tampa Bay, season's over. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. If you go on a run and you sneak in there, great. I'll watch your 1 wild card game because you're going to get your absolute teeth kicked in by the New York Yankees.
If it's in New York, yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, that game will definitely be in New York. Yeah, absolutely, because you're just going to get your teeth kicked in. But if you get swept by the Rays, you have no business being in the playoffs because the way you've played over the last 5 weeks since the deadline, you deserve absolutely jack squat.
Yeah. And here's the thing. As a Red Sox fan, I want to say that the Red Sox deserve to be in the playoffs. But if you ask me, no. The Red Sox do not deserve to be in the playoffs right now. If you ask me.
They don't.
No.
They really don't.
If you ask me why, they don't have any heart. They really don't. Yeah, Alex Cora can bring them together and say, hey, we need to win. But I'm not really seeing it. JD Martinez should be hitting home runs absolutely out of here.
I don't think Cora knows what to say. Honestly, Cora just doesn't. I think Cora has tried everything. He's tried tweaking the lineup. He's tried moving guys around the lineup. He's tried everything, and nothing's working. I think he's just lost right now. And frankly, I don't blame Cora. He's lost because I don't think he has any issues in the clubhouse with guys respecting him. He has all the respect in the world from that team.
Yeah.
That's not an issue. He's just flabbergasted because everything he's trying is just blowing up in his face, and all this COVID stuff's now just punching him in the gut. I think Cora just doesn't know what to do, and I think Cora's ready to just wave the white flag.
I think so too. I mean, I agree. You know, if I'm the Red Sox manager, I'm pulling my teammates together. I'm saying, hey, if you guys want to win some games and make the playoffs, you guys better swing at some smart pitches and, you know, throw some pitches that are very smart. Other than that, you ain't going to make it. I'm sorry. This Red Sox team, you know, if you ask me this next week, I don't think they're, you know, hopefully we can sweep the Indians at Fenway Park. You better believe your butt.
You should be able to. There's no excuse why you can't.
I mean, here's the thing. If the Red Sox swept the Rangers, the Twins, and the Indians, we'd be probably looking at a 3-game lead right now. Or maybe
at the very least.
At
the very least.
You know, the Oakland A's, they should be playing some decent teams right now. They shouldn't be playing the Tigers or whatnot, but
let me look up the A's upcoming schedule.
Because, you know, this A's team has improved a lot. I think they got Starling Marte from the Marlins, and they've got
Yankees are currently playing right now. They're winning 3-0.
Nah, you know, the Yankees are the Yankees. They're going to probably win, you know, their last game against the Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels. But the A's scare me a bit. That's
okay, here's the A's remaining schedule.
Okay.
One more against the Tigers tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
Then they have a 3-game set in Toronto against the Blue Jays.
Okay, we better be praying for the Jays on that one.
Then they have a homestand, 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Rangers.
Oh. Okay.
Then they go on the road to play the Royals and the Angels, 3 each.
Oh.
They host the Mariners for 4, host the Astros for 3, go to Seattle for 3, and close out with Houston for 3.
It seems like an easy schedule except for like the Blue Jays, the White Sox, and I guess Seattle Mariners, I guess you could say.
In Houston.
Yeah, and the Astros. So I'm going to say the A's are going to make it. If the Red Sox start losing more games and the A's start winning, the Red Sox will be out of this pennant race.
Just for laughs, let's look at the remaining schedule for the Yankees.
Right. Because I think they play us one more time.
This weekend they're playing the Orioles.
Oh, so that should be sweet for them. In Baltimore or
in New York.
Oh, yeah, that should be an easy sweep.
Then they got the Blue Jays for 4.
Yep.
They got the Mets for 3.
Go Mets.
Made up game against the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
3 in Baltimore.
Oh my God.
3 against Cleveland.
Oh my God.
3 against the Rangers.
Jeez.
3 more against the Red Sox.
We should beat them.
3 against the Blue Jays, and then they wrap up with 3 against the Rays.
Well, shouldn't that be an easy, division clincher right there for the Yankees? I'd rather have the Yankees schedule than what we have left.
Yeah, Red Sox, and here's the Red Sox remaining schedule.
Yep, let's hear it.
One more tomorrow night against the Rays. That's probably going to be a loss.
Mm-hmm. We're probably going to get a 4-game sweep as usual. Not surprised.
3 against Cleveland.
You should sweep them.
3 against Tampa Bay. There's another sweep.
Yeah, sweep for the Rays. Great.
3 at the White Sox.
That's going to be a tough one.
3 at Seattle.
Okay, we should win that one.
3 against the Orioles.
That should be a sweep. Should be.
2 against the Mets.
I think you're going to one of those games, right?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, 3 more against the Yankees here at Fenway.
And that ends the season?
3 more in Baltimore, then you wrap up the season with 3 in Washington, D.C.
Okay. So the last 6 games should be easy sweeps, but
by then you're out of it. By then you'll be out of it.
You know, I wish I could say that I have hope for this team. I don't.
I have I have zero hope. I thought after the Baltimore sweep,
Yeah.
The weekend the sale came back, I thought that would rejuvenate the team.
Yeah.
And then you get your face is kicked in against the Yankees. Like, okay, yeah, no, this team has nothing.
No, they haven't had like a sweep of any team in a long while. And this Red Sox team should win tonight against the Rays, even though it's 2-1, probably top 5 right now as we're speaking.
Still bottom 4.
And let me guess, bases loaded, no outs?
1 man on, 1 out.
Okay, that's something better than nothing. But, guys, we're going to hit the break right now. When we get back, we have Nick and I's favorite sport to talk about, the NFL. When we get back, I'm Devin Telgani, and this is The Clutch. Welcome back to the very awesome episode of The Clutch. Nick and I rambled on for about 27 minutes about how badly this Red Sox team is, and I think we need to take a break from this, Nick. I think we
Does I actually have a question for people?
You do? What's that?
Would anyone like a Cam Newton Patriots jersey?
Really? You're going to be that guy?
No, I'm not going to be that guy. I mean, you can have it for half off.
Man, I have a Cam Newton shirt too. I don't know what to do with it now. I think I'm going to keep it.
I'm going to keep the Newton jersey. I might wear it around maybe one of these days just to piss people off. While I wait for my Mac Jones jersey.
Yeah, next time we're at the Patriots place, we need to go there for sure. But Nick, roster cuts happened on Tuesday. Were you surprised with any of the roster cuts besides the ones that we're going to talk about right now?
Not really, honestly. I think the guys that got cut, I mean, it's really just the typical guys, the 6th rounders, 7th rounders, the 5th. Belichick likes to keep some 4th round guys because he saw something and then they actually have some potential. So, really, other than Hoyer, that cut, that doesn't really mean much or anything because he's just going to be back in before next week anyway. So it doesn't really matter about Brian Hoyer. So, other than Newton, not really.
Exactly. So I'm checking my TikTok live because I'm also on TikTok live. Someone named Spencer goes, "I'm an Auburn fan, so I would like one." So Spencer, that thing will be sent over for me from Sports Director. No, I'm kidding.
I paid $100 for it, so send me $50.
Half of that, and it'll be yours for sure. But in all seriousness, man, I think the most surprised Patriots that has been cut is I think this guy right here, Cam Newton.
Yep.
Cam Newton being cut. Here's the thing. I have mixed emotions about this. I don't know about you. Do you have mixed emotions too, or how are you feeling about this?
I mean, I wasn't surprised that Mac Jones got named the starter. Mac Jones outperformed Cam Newton in every aspect of the offseason regimen between minicamp, OTAs, training camp, even in the preseason games. No, yeah. I'm not surprised that Mac Jones got named the starting quarterback. I think that's the right move for the Patriots. But I was completely shocked and flabbergasted that Cam actually did end up getting cut because I thought, Bell would keep him on as a backup or has some type of little package for him, whether Cam Newton wanted to be a backup quarterback or split some time a little bit on the field with Mac Jones. I don't think Cam Newton wanted to do that, and frankly, I don't blame him for that either. But just looking at the backup quarterback situation, who do you have more faith in if to be backup to Mac Jones? Cam Newton or a combination of Brian Hoyer and Jarrett Stidham?
I want to say Cam Newton.
Yeah, at least with Newton. Yeah, is Newton like not as good as what he used to be, 4 or 5 years ago when in his MVP season? No, of course not.
Definitely.
But I'd rather have Cam Newton though as the backup to Mac Jones in case Jones goes down, because at least with Newton, he can keep you in the game, depending whether you're in a close game or you're up a few scores.
Right.
Newton can keep you in it and still help you win that game rather than Jarrett Stidham, who cannot read a defense at all to save his life. And another guy in Brian Hoyer who doesn't know how many freaking timeouts he has in a half.
I've never been upset more than watching that Kansas City game.
That was horrible. You had a golden opportunity to really take that game by the horns a little bit in the first half. You take a sack, you try to call a timeout. Dummy, you don't have a timeout left.
Right. He's the experienced quarterback that should be knowing how many timeouts you have left. You throw it out of bounds or kick the field goal.
That's what he should have done. You throw it out of bounds. You got a second left. Nick Folk kicks the field goal. And that was another surprising cut. Nick Folk. That was the surprising cut.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, the kicker that they kept, I was watching that Eagles preseason game. Oh my God, you're in for a rough one this year.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised that they cut Nick Folk. I think, if whatever his name is, Nordique, I think his name is. I'm going to go with Nordique. His name is Nordique.
Yeah. Or it might be Nordic or something.
Nordique, if he's watching this, whatever.
Who cares?
I think that, I know we have to always say in Bill we believe, but I don't know. Am I really believing Bill with the kicker option? I mean, I like what he did with cutting Cam Newton, and starting Mac Jones, because I think that's the obvious thing that, Patriots fans wanted. They actually wanted to see Mac Jones start over Cam Newton. Everyone on Sports Talk Radio was talking about it, podcasts or whatever. They're saying, "Oh, Mac Jones is the answer for Cam Newton," because here's the thing:
because he fits the system that Brady built.
And the difference between Mac Jones and Cam Newton, surprisingly, as a rookie, Mac Jones can read the defense really well, unlike Cam Newton can do.
And he has a great arm. He has a great arm.
He does, and he looked better.
Mac Jones fits this Patriot offense to a T.
Yeah, here's the thing, and he looked better in the pocket than Cam Newton ever did. Like
one thing I had a little issue with Cam. He looked good in the second preseason game. He looked really good. Probably the best game I saw him play.
Yeah.
One thing that I didn't like out of Newton is that he's thrown off of his front foot, while Mac Jones is thrown off of his back foot, like you're supposed to.
Right.
No, my only gripe with Mac Jones with his passes is that they're still a little low to the ground. I want to see him bring up more to right around the numbers, right where you want it, because that's the safe thing. Look, you're finding the open guy. Great. But cannot throw it 5 inches to the dirt.
Would be nice.
Yeah. Like right on the numbers. You throw it on the numbers, 9 times out of 10, the receivers are going to catch it. They don't catch it. You put it right on the numbers. That's on the receiver, not on you.
Exactly.
If they're trying to dive for it and it hits the ground, that's on you because you made a crap throw.
Exactly. So my question for you, Nick, is now that Cam Newton is available in free agency, what teams do you think will pursue him either as a starter or possibly as a backup quarterback?
If anything, Cam's going to go somewhere as probably a backup. I can see the Vikings are probably the long shot option, but they could use a veteran backup for Kirk Cousins right there. So that's one possible destination. Possibly the Saints, that's a bit of a long shot because you already got Taysom Hill out there. But that won't be a bad landing spot for him. I think that offensive scheme will fit Newton to his liking. I mean, Jameis Winston, look, it's for him being named the star down in New Orleans, that's the obvious choice. That's great.
Right.
But, that's also a system that can fit Cam Newton. Dallas made a backup Dak Prescott. That's not a bad option for him because Dallas is the lands of fruits and nuts. Just look at their owner. Cam Newton is a nut. Jerry Jones is the fruit. So there you go.
Exactly.
Probably the best team for him, though, would be the Washington football team because Ron Rivera is there. Ron Rivera is his first ever head coach. And Rivera, I think he got the most out of Cam Newton when he was there. And if anyone's able to help Cam Newton turn his career back in the direction that Cam wants to go, it's Ron Rivera.
I like that. I was just about to say that, I think that the best position for Cam Newton to play for is the Washington football team with Ron Rivera. Other teams that could maybe pursue him. I think I agree with you with the Vikings.
Yeah, I saw the Dolphins on there, but I don't think the Dolphins will take him.
If they're trying to trade for Deshaun Watson, I don't think so.
Deshaun Watson's not going to play a snap of football this year.
Exactly. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson in the situation that he is in now.
Honestly, I hope his legal stuff gets taken care of.
Right.
In terms of the Texans, I have zero sympathy for him because he still signed a contract extension even after Bill O'Brien traded DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals. I have zero sympathy for him on that one. You signed the contract. Just play for the damn team before they trade you, okay? Because guess what? The Texans trade demands for Deshaun Watson is completely outrageous. They're not going to get that. They're blowing smoke out of everyone's butt.
So what are their trade commands if you want to tell everyone this?
The Texans want one of two things. 3 first-round picks. Good luck with that one. Or they'll take a combination of 5 players and a draft pick, but the draft pick has to be a high first-rounder.
So they'll take what 5 players would the Dolphins trade?
That's what I want to figure out. What team? Look, there are a lot of stupid teams that have a lot of stupid general managers, but none of them are that freaking stupid. I'm sorry, Nick Caserio. You learn behind Bill Belichick to be a GM, and you come out with a stupid trade request like that. You freaking bozo.
Here's the thing. I kind of feel bad for Deshaun Watson because J.J. Watt, he requested for a trade, and they acted like it was great. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll trade you away for two draft picks or whatever. He was on his standing way to the Cardinals. Now, if they treated him like they did with Deshaun Watson, I think a lot of things would have stirred up there.
I think if Watson didn't have the allegations against him, I think he would have been traded months ago. That's probably what's keeping him in Houston right now. So a lot of teams are just very hesitant to trade for him because they don't know how long they'll have for him. I mean, look, if Deshaun Watson is traded, some team will have to agree to take on at least 75% of his full contract, and the Texans will retain part of it as well, because the Texans will have no choice to do that.
Right.
But if say like a team like the Dolphins do trade for him, or say what other team could use a quarterback?
Washington. I don't know.
Yeah, well, let's just say Miami. This is probably maybe the most realistic thing, or even Denver. Let's just say, even though they're going to Teddy Bridgewater.
I'll go Denver, even though I think Rodgers is going to go there. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Rodgers will probably most likely go there. I've already accepted that fact. But
good.
Wherever Watson's traded, yes, he will go play for that team. But then that team's gonna have to hope that they have him for more than just 1 week, because he could play 1 week and then end up on the commissioner's exempt list the following week.
I agree.
So that's probably why a team like the Dolphins are extremely hesitant on trading for him, because they don't know how long they're going to have him do I still want to see what the Dolphins have in Tua?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. But if you trade for Watson, though, what's more appealing, Deshaun Watson or Tua? Deshaun Watson. That's the easy choice.
Well, my question for you is, now that you've brought up Tua Tagovailoa, is that now that we have Mac Jones starting for the New England Patriots and Jalen Hurts will be starting for the Philadelphia Eagles, I read a tweet about this saying that they have three former Alabama quarterbacks starting. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jalen Hurts. Out of those three quarterbacks, Nick, which do you think will bring their team into the playoffs and why?
I think the Eagles have too many issues still on the offensive side of the ball. They have some issues on the defensive side of the ball. And let's be honest, the NFC East isn't really that hard to win either.
Right.
So, but I think Hurts might struggle a bit. And then that just leaves Tua and Mac Jones. I'm going to lean more towards Mac, just simply the fact that I think the Patriots defense is right along the same path as Miami's, if not a little bit better with the addition of Judon. You bring back Kyle Van Noy.
Yep.
And once you have Stephon Gilmore back in the mix after the first 6 weeks of the season, I think you're golden right there.
Right.
Offensively, you're right around the same with the Dolphins. I think you have the advantage in the quarterback right now in Mac Jones.
Right.
So of those three, I'm going to lean more towards Mac Jones. But here's another little interesting nugget, and the Alabama quarterback's name is already drawn a blank on me. I have to look that up later, and I'll have it ready for Saturday.
Yeah.
But no Alabama quarterback in the NFL has led their team has started and won a playoff game since 1982, when that player was with the New York Jets.
Wow, that was 13 years before I was born. Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I think that Mac Jones his first year with the New England Patriots, can bring their team into the playoffs. I think we have the weapons with the two best tight end duos in the AFC East, with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, and with Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. Yes, I'm so optimistic about Aguilar.
I still want to see the Patriots try to add a true number one wide receiver. I just have very little faith in both Bourne and Aguilar. I'm sorry. I just don't have that much faith in either guy.
So who would you like the Patriots to bring in for their number one wide receiver if they were to do it a week and a half before the season starts?
I mean, you have to see who's available and who you can really get out there. I mean, there's not many viable options out there. I mean, you need a definite legit slot guy. That was Edelman, and Edelman retired.
How about a name like Christian?
Honestly, I try to go back out into Danny Amendola. I think that'd be a great veteran presence for Mac Jones to really help him out. And I think if Edelman was healthy enough to play, Edelman would definitely be here to really help Mac Jones settle into the role.
I agree, because right now you're looking at Jacoby Myers, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar. I forget who else we have for what. N'Keal Harry, who's on the PULP list right now as we speak. But
I think he's expected to miss like at least the first 4 weeks at least.
Yeah. So he'll be back after Tom Brady comes down here, but we still need some more wide receivers if you're asking me.
Yeah. If you want to ask me who I think is the number one option for the Patriots right now, wide receiver course, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah. Him and we have Olszewski still there.
I want to see Darnell Olszewski get some more snaps at receiver.
I feel like he could fill in the shoes of Danny Amendola a little bit.
I just never want to see Matthew Slater run another route as long as he's in the NFL. I love Matthew Slater. Don't get me wrong. I really do like Slater, but he cannot run a route to save his life.
I don't think he's ever played wide receiver for us at all.
Yeah, he's listed on the depth chart as a wide receiver. He has ran some routes before as like a worst case scenario type thing, and his route running is just terrible.
Well, I mean, if we don't pick up any more wide receivers, it seems like he's going to have to be a slot receiver for the Patriots right now. I mean,
oh God,
is it going to hurt us? Yes, but it's the only option we have, because I was expecting the Patriots to surprise us and go deeper into their bags and pick up a Larry Fitzgerald. I wouldn't have
He's out there.
Yeah,
but Larry has no motivation to play in the NFL right now.
exactly.
He's not saying he's retiring, but he's not in a rush to sign with the team though.
Exactly. I feel like having a great slot wide receiver as Larry Fitzgerald would have been a great answer for Mac Jones. He would have been our number one wide receiver. Maybe a couple more wide receivers that are out there that haven't signed. Golden Tate, he's a guy that I wouldn't mind. He's out there. He should be signed.
There are options out there that you can get for cheap money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There, as you said, Fitzgerald, Golden Tate, Danny Amendola. I'd rather have those three guys than Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. Look, is Aguilar and Bourne safe signings? Yes, they're safe signings. But you don't know what you're going to get out of them because a couple years ago, Aguilar couldn't catch a stick of butter if you threw it to him.
Yeah. It's like this team made a lot of acquisitions during the offseason, which I like. The acquisitions of Hunter Henry, John Smith. Aguilar was kind of like a question, but Kendrick Bourne, I like a lot. I think he's going to have a breakout season for the Patriots, but, we'll see what happens come a couple weeks from now, or a week and a half as we speak. Because
a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
Week from Sunday, the Patriots open up. A week from tomorrow, Cowboys, Buccaneers.
Exactly. Oh, how great would it be if the Cowboys beat the Buccaneers? That'll be some sweet revenge. But
I'm sorry. I hate Dallas way too much. I just cannot stand Dallas.
Oh, so you're going to be rooting for Brady in that one?
I can't stand Dallas. I just can't. I do not like Jerry Jones.
I mean, are you a Brady hater, or do you respect him?
Oh, I respect Brady. I knew why he left.
Right.
I mean, when Brady and the Bucs come here, I hope Mac Jones, and the Patriots win that game. But I'm not a Brady hater though. I still like Brady.
No, I love Brady too. I think that we're gonna pummel him week 4 when it comes here in Gillette.
I don't think we're gonna pummel him. I want to go that far.
What kind of Patriots fan are you? Yes, the Patriots will pummel the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You really think that Tom Brady's coming into Gillette Stadium there and he's going to beat us? No.
Brady wants to give one more middle finger to Bill Belichick. That's beating him on his former turf. Why the hell not?
It'll be a 34-27 final score. Patriots winning.
Okay, that's not pummeling the team.
It's scoring 34 points against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great defense and O-line. It's doing something.
Yeah, it's doing something, but you're not pummeling them. Pummeling them is beating them 34-3 like the Saints did last year.
Okay, yeah, fine. I like that score better. 34-3 will be the final score. Thank you, Nick. 34-3 will be the final score.
Oh, jeez.
You really don't think that that's going to happen? You don't think that
I think it'll be a game. Belichick will have a nice game plan built in for Brady. But remember, though, Brady knows that defense like the back of his own hand, too, because he practiced against it so many times for over the course of 20 years.
Well,
like Tom Brady doesn't know what Bill Belichick's going to do. Brady knows every trick Belichick has up his sleeve.
Same with Bill. He knows what Brady's going to do.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to say the Patriots are going to pummel him because it's literally just going to be.
It'll be a pummelingization.
It's not.
Yes,
no, it's not.
Will happen.
It will not happen. It's gonna be a tight game from start to finish. It just depends who's going to reach deep into the budget of bag of tricks. It will be Bruce Arians or will be Bill Belichick. We have to wait for that.
We will be 4-0 after that game.
You're not going to be undefeated going into that game.
Possibly. With Mac Jones in the helm, I can see it. 3-0 when Tom Brady comes. I can see it happening. What kind of Patriots fan are you, man? No.
I'm a realistic one. You're listening to one of the.
No,
you're either losing.
Like
you're either losing to the Dolphins week 1 or to the Saints week 3.
Okay. I can see losing to the Saints. We could possibly be 2-1 or 3-0. We are definitely not being 0-3 heading into Tampa.
No way. There's not a snowball's chance you're 0-3 entering that Bucs game. If you're 0-3 entering that Buccaneers game,
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're going to be torched on sports radio here in Boston for the first 3 weeks. And then, and if you are 0-3 and Brady comes in, steamrolls you off the field and you're 0-4 after that week, oh my God, like you can kiss playoffs goodbye probably after that.
I really hope that doesn't happen because I have a lot of
faith. If anything, the Patriots will be 2-1. The Bucks will probably be 2-1 themselves or 3-0. Most likely 3-0 because they have an easy start to their season.
You know, I'm going for the high horses. I'm saying we walk out of Gillette Stadium 4-0. I can definitely see that happening. 4-0 or 3-1. I can see
2-2.
Wow, seriously? You really?
I'm being real. Yeah. How many years have we been doing the show together? How many years?
A lot.
Okay. Are you really surprised by me at this point?
Hey. I said the Browns will be a good team. You thought I was joking.
Yes, I thought you were. Right, yes, I thought you were delusional.
Yes. But look at where that's happening.
The Browns have improved, but you're delusional if you think that the Patriots walking out of Gillette Stadium 4-0 after week 4.
So I just saw a comment on one of my lives saying, someone goes, "Will the ball be deflated?" Really? 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 They have to bring that up now? Great. Memories.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Were you live on Fans Only? Yes, Fans Only we are. Oh man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It really is, with Tom Brady coming back, but I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be 4-0, maybe 3-1.
Just don't take 2 PSI out of the football.
Wow. Nick's bringing that back. Damn. But, I really have a lot of hype for, the Patriots. I really, in all seriousness, I really do hope.
And me being all serious, with Mac Jones as the starting quarterback, the Patriots have a legit shot to get into the playoffs now. Well, okay. With Cam Newton to start out, I thought that the Patriots would be on the outside looking in come near the end of the year because by the end of the year, Mac Jones would have been starting anyway. But if Cam Newton started, the first 6 weeks, and you're like 2-4 or something like that, then I'd say you have an outside chance to make it to the playoffs. Now with Mac Jones starting week 1, you got a chance to get it to be in the playoff picture the entire year. I mean, the Patriots were in the playoff picture all year last year too, up until week 15.
Exactly.
But that's still really good for a Patriots team that was basically depleted last year. So I'm not concerned by the Patriots being able to compete. I think they're the most competitive 7-9 team last year.
Exactly.
And I think they're going to be a really tough team to beat this year. Now, I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to go, 15-2 or 16-1 or 17-0. I'm not going to say that.
I like the way you think. I like the way you think. 15-2.
No, they're not. No, I'm not saying that they're going to be that good.
Right.
That's a long shot. But if they finish the year, say 11-6, you get into the playoffs.
That'd be nice.
Good. You get out, you skate the wild card round, and then you run into, say, I don't know, Buffalo in the division round, and Buffalo beats in the division round. It's like, hey, I'll take it. That's a good season right there. I'll take that. After a 7-9 season, missing the playoffs, go 11-6, and get beaten by the Bills in the divisional round. Hey, I'll take that.
Here's the thing. I think both the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots will make the playoffs, but we're going to hit a commercial break right now. When we come back, Nick, I want to know what teams you'll think in the AFC will make the playoffs and the NFC. We're going to hit a quick break. I'm Devin Telegani.
I'm Nick LeBlanc.
And this is The Clutch. Hello and welcome back actually to the Clutch. Actually, if you guys didn't know, back in our college days, our show was called The Clutch. And look at where we are now. Back together, better than ever. But Nick, I have a lot of questions for you, man. But the first question is, what will the AFC playoff picture look like? I know it's a week and a half before the season starts, but I want to hear this from you. I know we talked about this last night, but I think the viewers want to know.
And this is, I'm not going to put any team in seeds because it could go any way. We don't know how the season will go. But winning, the Bills are coming out of the East. The Bills are winning the division.
Yep.
Out of the North, I'm sticking with Baltimore right now, but I won't be surprised if Cleveland steals that division.
Or the Steelers, okay.
Yeah. The only way I see the Browns winning that division is if they split the season series between both Baltimore and Pittsburgh. That's the only way. The only way to see Cleveland winning the division.
Do you think the Bengals could win that?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was a trick question and you passed.
The Bengals' offensive line still has many holes.
Yeah.
South, I'm going to go with the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
The Kansas City Chiefs are obviously coming out of the West. That's set in stone right there. That's obvious. Wild cards, Browns.
Yep.
I'm sticking with the Dolphins.
Okay.
And I'm now leaning more towards the Patriots compared to the Raiders as it was a couple days ago. But Patriots staying in there as the 7th seed.
Okay, I agree with what you said because I was about to say if you don't say the New England Patriots with all the acquisitions, you really just didn't want to see me go off on you, didn't you? Be honest.
It would have been fun to see you go off on me.
Dude, I would have thrown my mouth up against the door. I would have been like, really? With all the acquisitions that the Patriots got with Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Aguilar, Bourne, you really don't think they'd be making the playoff?
Now you're making me really pressing your luck here.
Well, I might just remove you right now. Nick, thanks for joining in. But no, man, in all seriousness, I'm going to go with, in the AFC, the Patriots winning the AFC East. They will. It could be a possibility. Because here's the thing.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt with Mac Jones. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt with that. I still think Buffalo is the better team in the division.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to completely say you're delusional for that because Patriots do have a better quarterback starting for them this year. So I'm not going to completely call you delusional, but it's not a realistic possibility, but anything could happen.
Exactly, because here's the thing. I wouldn't be saying this if Cam Newton was the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. If Cam Newton was the starting quarterback for the Patriots and Mac Jones was on the bench, I would definitely say that the Patriots are not winning the division at all. But
I'd have the Patriots out of the playoffs.
Right at first, and then you squeak them in at 7. Thank you very much. But here's the thing. The question is, can Josh Allen perform really well like he did last season with no fans? It could be a possibility that he could or couldn't, because maybe many teams have figured out what Josh Allen has done, and maybe they can stop him, because Josh Allen hasn't been Josh Allen. But I really, I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious with Mac Jones.
I mean, Josh Allen finished second or third in the NFL MVP voting last year to Rodgers?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I mean, look, last year was a weird season with little to no fans in most stadiums. And this year fans are going to be back at full capacity in all 32 NFL stadiums. Thank God.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we'll see how Josh Allen handles the pressure. I think he'll be just fine. All he has to do is just tune out the noise and just play the game that he knows how to play it.
Exactly. Like, the question in the AFC East is that I have a feeling it's up for grabs. Anyone can win it minus the Jets. If you really think that Zach Wilson, out of all quarterbacks in the AFC East, can win for the Jets. I want to know what you're smoking. I really want to see you. Seriously, because I don't know if you guys heard this post from CJ Mosley, a.k.a. one of the ex-Ravens linebackers. He said, y'all better watch out. Don't be joking on the Jets. What?
Jared Goff has come out and said that he expects the Lions to win the NFC North. It's like, dude, the Lions haven't done anything in like 7 years.
But here's the thing. Could Jared Goff do it? I believe him than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, there's a better chance for the Lions to probably surprise everyone and steal the North from the Patriots and the Jets do stealing anything.
Right. And here's the thing.
Even though the Lions are still a long shot too.
Exactly. We have a comment from CD Player, who is a Dolphins fan, saying, give Wilson time. The kid is a stud, but they got to get him help. I agree.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Look, you want to compare Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson? Who would I go? I'd go Zach Wilson, obviously. But they're in kind of two similar situations, though, when they got into the Jets. Sam Darnold, he was going to be a project and everything, but he needed help around him. He got no help. Zach Wilson, I don't think he's much of a project, but he still needs a project and help around him because Sam Darnold got absolutely killed as quarterback of the Jets because he had very little blocking. I feel the same thing for Zach Wilson, very little blocking. The kid's going to get killed.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened to Joe Burrow last year. He had a crap-ass offensive line, and he tore his ACL.
Right. Here's the thing that I wanted to get to, but I forgot to when we were talking about Cam Newton. There's an interesting situation happening for the San Francisco 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. I have a feeling that maybe Trey Lance could win the starting position job over Jimmy G, and Jimmy G could get cut by the San Francisco 49ers.
His dead money cap hit is really high, so the Niners can't afford to cut him.
Right, but say if they do cut him, I'm just saying, and they don't want to deal with him anymore. I have a feeling that another good quarterback that could fit Mike Shanahan's system, Cam Newton.
Possibly.
I think that's Shanahan likes to run. Trey Lance can run. Cam Newton, he's a great runner. And I think he just fits the system perfectly the way, that we expect it to be right now as we talk.
Well, the dead cap hit right now for the Niners is not entirely bad. If it's post-release, they actually do save $24 million.
Right.
So, but they owe him way too much money, though. They owe him $24.1 million this year.
Exactly. So
that's a little bit of the kick in the pants right there. You owe him too much money, even though his dead cap hit isn't astronomical like Deshaun Watson's is.
Right. So as I was saying, for the AFC East, in all seriousness, I say the Patriots. I really do. Many people may disagree, which is fine. But, many people may say the Bills. But I know it's his first year, but I think that Mac Jones has a lot to prove for the Patriots. And I think he proves that, what it is right now. So I think that this team has a lot to prove. I think they'll make the playoffs. And, I think that they have a lot of hype. And, yeah. But in the West, I do agree with you. The Chiefs will make it. The Titans will win in the South. The North, you and I have talked about this. I think the Browns could definitely be a contender out there. The 5 team, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he's going to have a spectacular career. Will he make it far? I don't think so. Team number 6, I'm going to go in the AFC East, Miami Dolphins. No, sorry. Because I'm misplacing the Bills if the, you know what? I switch it because I know everyone's, I think it's a toss-up between the Patriots and the Bills. to win the division.
Oh, now you're coming on that. Now you're changing.
Hey. Here's the thing. It's a toss-up. It really is. If you think about it, Nick, it's a toss-up.
It's not a toss-up. It's not a toss-up for me. I think the Bills are the better team.
Well, how do you know that? That's a question.
They have their wide receiving depth is better than yours. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah.
They have a legit number one wide receiver in Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have a bunch of number twos.
Yeah, you don't have a number one.
There you go. There you go. Right there.
Well, the question is, can Josh Allen perform well like he did last season? That's the question.
I think so.
Okay, that's fine. So I think so let me change it. Bills winning. Bills and the Patriots, but if I were to flip a coin, Bills. West, I'm gonna definitely go Chiefs. South, definitely the Titans, even though they don't have much wide receiving. Weapons.
They just picked up Julio Jones.
Yeah, but who else do they have that could catch passes? They don't have a great tight end. Running back's great.
Yeah, because we took their tight end.
Yeah, they have nothing. No tight end. You need some tight end help in order to win some championships here.
I'm not concerned with Tennessee's tight end depth. Their wide receiving core is, again, better than the Patriots.
I do agree with that, with A.J. Brown and Julio Jones being better than Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar. But here's the question that I have.
The Titans will be fine because they don't rely on Henry half their plays. So that doesn't really matter.
So my question for you is, do you think that Ryan Tannehill is a deep pass thrower?
He has the ability to be one. I just don't think he has the arm strength for it. The accuracy is there. The accuracy is there. I just don't think he has the arm strength for it.
Okay.
He can be one. He could surprise me. I'm leaving that book open. I just don't think he can put enough ass under the football to launch a 60-yard pass down the sideline to Julio Jones like Matt Ryan was able to.
Right. That's the only question I have for Ryan Tannehill is that can he be –
If Ryan Tannehill develops an arm and he can be a deep threat passer, then I'll put Ryan Tannehill as a top 10 QB right now. But until then, Tannehill for me is a borderline. He's borderline. He's around there. He's on a good team with an offensive scheme that fits him.
Right.
He's found that because the scheme in Miami did not fit him at all.
No.
If he can develop a deep arm threat, then I'll come around on Tannehill being a top 10. Right now, he's just outside of my top 10.
Okay, so I was about to ask you something, but I lost my train of thought. But
Tennessee's still winning the division.
Yes, but here's the thing. I have a feeling if he develops an arm, he's not going to go to Henry as much as he did last season.
No. If he develops an arm, that takes the workload off Derrick Henry, and you can rely more on the passing game.
Right.
That's the reason why Derrick Henry has so many carries, and they relied heavily on him because Tannehill doesn't have a deep arm. If you can develop that deep arm, that takes a load off of Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry could probably be a factor in the passing game as well.
Exactly. So in the West, definitely Kansas City because no other team can win it out there in the West.
The Chiefs got everything. Top tight end, top receiving core.
Now the North is very interesting because you could have either or besides the Bengals winning. Mm-hmm. Or I think it's between the Browns and the Ravens, to be honest, to win that.
I think it's more between the Browns and the Ravens. I think the Steelers will definitely be there. They definitely will be there. I just think Big Ben's age is going to be a factor.
Right. So
just Big Ben's not the same quarterback as he was, say, 5 years ago.
So those are my 4 division winners. 5, I'm going with the Ravens because I said the Browns would win the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Dolphins at 6 and then the Patriots at 7 because I think that, a lot of people on this app say that, Tua will be Tua fumble by Lola, but we don't know that for sure.
Turn the ball over.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't know that for sure if he will
No,
be.
no, we don't. He can improve. I mean, he had a whole off season to improve. He's going in the mindset that he's going to be QB1. Just Ryan Fitzpatrick's now in Washington, so he's not there to bail his ass out now.
Exactly. So now let's go to your favorite side, the NFC playoffs. You go first. Who you think is going to make the playoffs in the NFC?
Realistically, the NFC East is just up for grabs because every team in that division still sucks, like
It really
astronomically.
is. I agree.
But I'd say Dallas just because you have a healthy Dak Prescott, but I won't rule out Washington because Ryan Fitzpatrick does have the capability to win you at least 10 games and win the division.
Right.
Does he have the capability of leading you all the way to the Super Bowl? He could, but he has to be on fire. Like he has to be on a hot streak.
Yeah.
So that's the only way to see Washington football team winning that division again. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys and a healthy Dak. North Packers. That I think that's fairly obvious. Rodgers, Adams, Randall Cobb back as your slot receiver.
Yeah.
Robert Tonyan really starting to improve. That defense looks reloaded with the new defensive coordinator. This is the last run for the Packers anyway, so
might as well go all for it.
Yeah, go all out. South, the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And the West, it's up for grabs. It's all four teams have a chance to win that division. I'm going to go with Seattle because they improved the defense. They beefed up the offensive line a little bit. You still got Russell Wilson. You got DK Metcalf, who's really becoming a good number one option, deep third option for Russell Wilson as well. So I'm gonna go with that's not happening. No, he's going 17-0.
No tears.
So I'm leaning towards Seattle because of those reasons. Could I see the Rams win that division? Yes. Can I see the Niners win that division? They have a really good season with either Garoppolo or Lance. Yes. Can I see Kyler Murray and the Cardinals win that division? Sure. Yeah. Sure. The entire NFC West, which is the hardest division in the entire league.
Yep.
Next to the AFC North, because you got the Bengals in there.
Yeah.
But the NFC West, any one of those four teams can win it. I'm just leaning towards Seattle because they did improve their offensive line a little bit, and they did improve the defense better.
Yeah, exactly.
So that brings me to my wild card teams. Again, you can put in the other three teams in the NFC West. You really could. It's that tight of a division. But I think the Rams are going to get in there. I think the Niners and Cardinals might tail off late. So I'm just going to go with Seattle and LA in the playoffs. They're out of the NFC West. I'll put in the Vikings.
Okay, I like that.
And as a 7 seed, dark horse team right here, the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. I like where you're going there.
Look, the Saints are a bit of a long shot. I put them as a dark horse for a reason. They could get there. They might not. I don't think anyone would be surprised if they don't. But they can do it. But Jameis Winston can't throw for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions again like it did in 2019.
Exactly.
But at the same time, though, I think this offensive scheme for Sean Payton fits Jameis Winston a little bit better than what it did in Tampa Bay. Now, look. Does he have less weapons in New Orleans than he did in Tampa Bay? By far. But the scheme fits Winston a whole lot better, which is why I will give the Saints the benefit of the doubt. I think the Saints squeak in there at like 9-8.
Yeah.
And I think that might be enough. But look, the NFC is going to be tough. The NFC is going to be a real tough conference to get into the playoffs. As I said, the Cardinals can get in there. The entire NFC West could be the wild cards.
Yeah.
Easy. I don't think you'll get to that point.
Right.
But I won't rule it out. I'm not ruling it out.
Exactly. You make very good points there. I like the way you think. For me, for the NFC East, I think it's going to be close between the Washington football team and the Cowboys, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because both of those teams are good. If I were to flip a coin, I'm going to pick the Washington football team to win the division.
Okay. All right.
So
I see no reason to argue with you in there.
surprisingly. In the South, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
Yep.
North, I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings. No, I'm getting Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers. Don't worry.
I mean, look, could the Vikings steal that division? Sure,
Possibly.
sure,
Yeah.
they could. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
No,
but I'd buy it. I'd buy it.
I mean, I think that the Packers are going to be guns blazing. I think they're going to be pissed off because of what happened last season. I mean, who wouldn't be pissed off as a Packers fan? I mean, you got to be
I mean, ever since 2010, you made the NFC Championship game 4 times.
Yeah.
You've lost all 4 times. The first 4 of them in Rodgers' career were on the road. You finally had one at home, and you pissed away that one, and you pissed away 3 Tom Brady interceptions.
Exactly. So, it's really sad to say that, could possibly the Vikings win out in the North? It could be a possibility. Like, that's the only team, because who else is there? It's the Packers,
Chicago, and Detroit. Chicago is another one of those dark horse teams in the NFC.
Right. Here's the thing.
It all depends. It all depends when Justin Fields is the starter, because they're not going anywhere with Andy Dalton.
No, I have a good feeling that this year is the rookies' year. For starting quarterbacks. I have a feeling that with Mac Jones starting for the Patriots. I mean, I know that Jalen Hurts is not a rookie, but he's starting his first. Well, not starting his first.
It'd be his first full season as starter.
Right, first full season as a starter. Tua coming up to being a starter. Trevor Lawrence.
It'd be his first full season.
Yeah. So it feels like with the rookies being drafted, this team is called the rookie season for quarterbacks. It really is.
The Rookie of the Year award is literally up for grabs this year. You got so many good rookies around the league.
Exactly. You could have Mac Jones winning it. Tua
is ineligible for the award this year.
Oh, right, because it's his,
It's technically his second season.
Exactly. So it's basically up for grabs. Mac could win it.
Trevor Lawrence could win it. Zach Wilson could win it. Jamar Chase is our dark horse there.
Yeah, exactly. You got so many people that could win it. Penny Sewell, maybe, but I don't think
Justin Fields. Justin Fields is one of those quiet guys.
Yeah.
If Trey Lance starts at some point and he performs well, I'd go Trey Lance.
I mean, if you're Matt Nagy right now, you're really sitting down and you're holding 2 pieces of paper saying, okay, this is what is going to happen when you have Andy Dalton as a starting quarterback. This is what's going to happen when you have Justin Fields. So say if the Bears start Justin Fields, I think they have a lot of potential to maybe do a lot and do better in the
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, week 1, it doesn't matter who you have starting quarterback. I think the Rams are still beating you either way.
Right.
And I understand where some Bears fans are coming from. Like, oh, we don't want to put Justin Fields right out there right away against the top defense with Aaron Donald. Then, I get that. You want to protect the kid. You don't want to throw him right into the fire right away. I understand that.
Right.
But at the same time, though, Justin Fields is a lot better than Andy Dalton. And if I was Matt Nagy, I would have started Justin Fields because he's the better option.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a question from a TikToker who I think is a Chicago Bears fan. She goes, Rachel goes, how many games will Dalton play before he gets pulled for Fields? I think this
3. 3.
3?
3.
Oh, they already named Andy Dalton.
I understand Dalton's already named the starter. I understand that. I'm just saying Justin Fields was the better option to start than Andy Dalton. That's why I get. I get that they already named him the starter before the third preseason game. I get that. I think that's. Is it a terrible idea? No, and I get it. You want to protect Justin Fields from the beast Aaron Donald. I get that. Right. But Justin Fields is the better option. He gives you the better chance to win. That's why I feel that Matt Nagy should have waited a week before he named a starter.
Exactly, because here's the thing with Matt Nagy. I don't think he thought this out through like Bill Belichick did. Oh, Vasquez hit a home run. Yes, we're down. We're tied. Let's go. See, this is what happens on the clutch.
Top 7.
Oh,
One
was
out.
it? Was it 2-2 now?
2-2, top 7, 1 out.
All right. See, that's what I'm talking about. But sorry to get a lot excited. I just got an ESPN update about that. But Vasquez home run, great.
Oh, he crushed it.
What was it? Out to right, left?
Out to left.
No doubter.
No doubter.
Nice.
No doubter.
So going back to the Justin Fields and Andy Dalton. So if the Bears go through with Andy Dalton, I don't see them winning a lot of games. If you're starting him the full season,
if you're going to start Andy Dalton full 17 games, you'll be a competitive team because he is a competitive guy. He is capable of getting the job done.
Yeah.
But you're not having a winning record. You're not making the playoffs. 8-9 at best with Andy Dalton. Justin Fields,
I think
you got a shot. You got a shot at the playoffs.
I'm gonna say 11-6.
But I say 3 games before Dalton's pulled in favor of Fields.
I'm gonna say 1
3
game.
games.
Because I think that Matt Nagy will say like because Andy Dalton. Here's the thing: am I hating on Andy Dalton? I'm not. I'm just he hasn't been a great quarterback in the league for many years.
He had a couple of good years in Cincinnati,
right?
And then after that it was decent. So he hasn't been a terrible quarterback. He isn't like one of these like god awful quarterbacks. He's been a pretty decently average quarterback.
Right.
He look, Andy Dalton you can do a lot worse than Andy Dalton. You really could. Are there a lot of better options than Andy Dalton? Yes, but there are also a lot of worse options than Andy Dalton. So
it's just, really upsetting to see Matt Nagy choose Andy Dalton over the rookie quarterback. Because, if you and I were Matt Nagy right now, I would have
gone Fields.
Yeah, Fields easily.
I wouldn't have named a starter until after the 3rd preseason game.
Right. And Rachel goes, I think they should trade him to Miami. They can't trade Foles with that contract, which I agree. I think that, that'll be a great idea I think she's talking about trading either Foles or Dalton. I think she means trading Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton's contract is a lot more favorable than Nick Foles. Right. And I still forgot they still have Nick Foles on the roster, so they have 3.
Yeah, and remember, Jacksonville literally paid him out the ass.
Right. It just is really agonizing as a Chicago Bears fan. Burns must be hating this right now with what's going on with the Chicago Bears. Like I can't wait to see what he's going to post about.
The Bears team dodgers could always pull a Chargers team dodgers last year.
Hey, you never know.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, good thing that Tyrod Taylor is okay, but that's what it took for Justin Herbert to get the job. Is like, and look, Herbert did fine. Herbert did just fine.
He did great.
Herbert's problem is he's in a tough division with Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, do you think that the Chargers could possibly make the playoffs? That's my question.
Yeah, they're one of the dark horses in the league, sure.
Right.
Sure. So I think they're a better team than the Broncos.
Yep.
Right now, I think they're a little bit better than the Raiders too. The biggest thing for the Chargers, though, that'll probably keep them out of the playoffs and really gain ahead of both the Raiders and Broncos possibly is their defense.
Yeah, I agree.
Their defense, they have the offense to be competitive and stay with everyone.
Right.
Their defense lags a little bit because they don't have the right secondary there. You'd have the right secondary pieces. Okay, then I'll consider you to be a playoff team and maybe compete for the Chiefs for that AFC West round.
Possibly. Let me finish.
Yeah, they're a dark horse for sure, but I don't see the Chargers doing anything this year.
Right.
Next year, watch out for the Chargers.
Yes, I agree with that. So I said with the South, the Packers are going to win. The West, I think that's a tough one because so many great teams in there.
It's wide open.
Yeah, it's just like the NFC East. It's open for anyone to win it. So I think that I'm gonna go with my gut feeling. Joshua Holbrook, if you're watching this, you're welcome. I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks. I think that They're obviously the better team, but I really think that they could, possibly do better. And I agree with Rachel. She goes, I think the sleeper team is Washington.
They are.
Yeah,
They
I
are.
agree with her. Definitely, for sure. Watch out for them this year. But I'm going with the Packers, Washington, going
Tampa
with
and Dallas.
Tampa and Dallas. No, Tampa.
No, Washington. You chose
Washington. Yep. Going with the Packers, Washington, Tampa, and Seahawks. My 5, 6, and 7. This is where it gets interesting. My 5, I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys. No. Sorry. Now I'm on TikTok Live. Dallas Cowgirls. I'm gonna go with them. The 6th team, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I have a lot of potential in them.
Raiders are the AFC, Devin.
Oh, that was a test, and you passed again. And 6th, I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings. Delusional Devin, if you're listening in, I think. Well, you can't be listening in, but D-Man, go Cowboys. he just commented, go Cowboys. I think I agree with you that they could be the 6th seed in the playoffs, the Minnesota Vikings. And the 7th seed, this team is going to be a dark horse. When we talked about this, the Arizona Cardinals are going to make it as a 7th seed with JJ Watt, D-Hop, Nuke, Nick. That's his nickname. If you didn't know.
Yes. I figured that out Monday.
Exactly. Do you want to tell the people why his name is Nuke? I didn't know why.
I looked this up. Apparently, his nickname is Nuke because apparently he went through like a crap ton of pacifiers when he was a baby or whatever. His mom just called him like Nuke because that's what she called the pacifiers apparently, and like just because he went through so many of them.
Yeah.
Whatever, she just called him Nuke.
That's amazing.
I think that's a great story and a bit of a weird nickname, and why you call pacifiers a nuke.
Exactly. It's just like, okay, sure, go right ahead.
It's like, okay, I don't know how your pregnancy was, but made you a little loopy.
Oh man, but let's talk about sleepers in the NFL. What team do you think people are sleeping on right now? If you were to give top 2 or 3, what would you say?
I'll give you 3 teams that could really are dark horses and that could surprise some teams.
Yep.
Now again, these are teams that I think have a chance to sneak into the playoffs and go on a run, but don't hold me to it.
Do you want to go AFC first and then NFC, or are you just combining them?
It's no particular order.
Yeah.
No particular conference.
You got it, boss.
The LA Chargers.
Okay. Yep.
They're a dark horse.
Mm-hmm.
They have some holes that they need to fill.
I agree.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm not gonna put Washington as a sleeper team just because they have a chance to get in via division win.
Right.
The other sleeper team I'd say are the Saints.
Okay.
I have the Saints getting in there as a 7th seed, but they're still a sleeper team. They have a chance. The last sleeper team, and I think that this is that they could quietly make some noise. Just solely based off the run that they had late in the year last year. Sneaky G, if you're listening.
Hey,
the New York Football Giants.
Hey, okay,
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Simply because the NFC East is wide open. If Daniel Jones doesn't trip over his own 2 feet on an 80-yard run, he has a chance.
Man, Sneaky, it's all love here, Giants fan and Patriots fans, but
look, the Giants are the sleepiest team.
Yep.
They're the sleepiest team. I don't expect them to do much.
No.
But
okay,
they could be that team that could sneak up on you.
My sleepers, number 1, dude. I know I said that they'd be the 7th seed in the playoffs. Arizona Cardinals. Everyone's going to be sleeping on them. Kyler Murray's going to have an outstanding year. He's going to run his little legs off. I love when people make fun of him for that. It's just amazing.
That's just my thing with Kyler Murray. Like he's a good quarterback. He has an arm. I mean, we saw the throw he made to DeAndre Hopkins last year against the Bills to win that game.
Unbelievable.
It was a beautiful throw, and it's just an absolute dime.
Yeah.
Right in the hands of Hopkins.
Exactly.
my issue with Murray is that he's just too small for the position for the quarterback position. That's not on him. I mean, he can't
No.
control his own size. He can't that. I just think he's too small to play quarterback, but he makes up for it with his speed.
He does.
Which is why I'm not sleeping. Which is why I'm not going to be surprised if the Cardinals get in there.
Of course not.
Because there are other ways Kyler Murray can beat you.
Exactly. And we have our favorite friend Rachel saying Packers, Tampa Bay, Washington, LA Rams, Seattle, Dallas, and 49ers NFC playoffs. That's not bad.
Yeah. Look, you can choose any team in the NFC West to make the playoffs or all four of them. I won't disagree with you.
And I love it. This is great, having our minds put together and whatnot, with the NFC and AFC. That's why I cannot wait for the season to start, Nick. So many questions that are ready to be being answered. And, I'm just excited. I've been waiting all day, as Carrie Underwood would say, I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. I can't wait. I'm excited to see the Sunday night football intro.
I can't wait for Thursday night football, Cowboys, Bucks.
Yeah,
a full slate of games on the 12th. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then we got Patriots football Sunday afternoon. I'll be live on my TikTok for that one. Maybe Nick and maybe Hunter will join us, but it'll be great. Football season's back. We get to make football content on TikTok. Finally, that's back. No more. I don't mind making baseball content. I really don't.
I don't mind making baseball videos either.
I wouldn't have thought that.
I don't mind making hockey videos either. I enjoy making some hockey content too.
Hey, look at that Eagles fan right here, Mike.
Hey,
hello, Nick and Devin, joining in last minute. Mike, thank you as always, man. And then we have another comment from Rachel saying Kansas City, Baltimore, Tennessee, Cleveland, Chargers, and Steelers for AFC playoffs. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
I really do. Yeah, great. Great talk. Great here. Austin says hello as always. Austin, what's up, man? But this season is going to be exciting. Questions will be answered. Like Nick, what are the 3 questions that you have this season that hopefully that will be answered in the NFL?
Can Mac Jones be the answer in New England? I mean, after a year off from Brady, can Mac Jones bring the Patriots back to where they were and try to reignite the dynasty?
Yeah,
or start a new one. Start a new one.
Okay.
Will a lot of star players stay healthy? We've already lost J.K. Dobbins this year to an ACL tear. So we lost a lot of star players last year. So
and I think I read that the Ravens picked up Le'Veon Bell to replace J.K. Dobbins. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh dear God!
I think it's kind of interesting.
I had head case.
Wait, didn't Todd Gurley sign with the Ravens too, if I'm correct?
I don't even know. I think Todd Gurley is with I forgot where Gurley went.
I think he went to the Ravens.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
All I know is that Le'Veon Bell's a head case. Good luck with that one.
He is, but
another question is who's going to win Rookie of the Year? This rookie draft class was so deep.
Yeah.
So who's going to win Rookie of the Year? And could this be the year that a non-quarterback wins the NFL MVP award?
Yeah, I agree. I think that, the Rookie of the Year is really up for grabs. Jamar Chase could win it. Maybe Mac Jones. Trevor Lawrence, if he survives well this year. I think he
has no offensive line. He's screwed.
Well, I know that, but still, I think that, will the Cowboys be, America's team? Will they be great? You don't think so? Okay.
They'll be fine. But I don't think they're going to be America's team. Stop calling yourselves that. You're not America's team. You're not.
Okay. This is
you got out of that without giving up a run. Wow.
What happened?
Red Sox had to die on. Rays had to die on 3rd in the bottom of the 7th, and he didn't score.
Oh wow! Already looking great for
Utah
the Red
Whitlock.
Sox. But
All right, continue.
yeah, sorry. So my question for you is, if you were to say top 3 teams that are America's team, what would they be?
Really, it's anybody. I just say Dallas is America's team just to piss off Cowboy fans.
So we have another great question from our lovely friend Rachel. Says rookie of the year defense, Michael Parsons. Great pick.
Ooh, like that.
Rookie of the year offense, Mac Jones. Look at that.
Look, the offensive rookie of the year, the rookie of the year for both offense and just rookie of the year in general, up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
I really think so. I think any team can basically win it. And there's another question further down that an Eagles fan asked, how do you think the Eagles will do this year? That's a great question. I forget what he asked. I think he said something I have to go all the way up in my comments. But, hey there, my question to you is, do you think the Eagles have a chance?
They do, yes. If Jalen Hurts can play with consistency. If he finds consistency, the Eagles will be fine.
Exactly. And we have another question from Crispy Legacy, who is a Chiefs fan, says Super Bowl predictions. For me, it's either a rematch of last year of Rams. I think he meant to say Buccaneers versus Chiefs.
Yeah.
But he said Rams versus Chiefs.
Yeah, I knew what he meant.
But I think that's a little bit too early to ask for Super Bowl predictions.
I mean, that's a fair question to ask. I think it's a little early. The season hasn't started yet, but
if you were to ask both of us, I'm going to go with Packers Bills.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that too. Probably go with that also.
I mean, I've said this so many times as a hot take, and I really think it's going to be true.
I mean, my top choice is still Patriots Packers. That's still that'll always be my top choice. But if I'm being realistic, I want to see Packers Bills.
Yeah.
Or here's another interesting one, and this could be a dark horse Super Bowl matchup. Vikings Bills.
Yeah.
Well, both teams have been to 4 Super Bowls. It'd be their 5th in both franchises, and it's like, hey, someone has to win it.
Yeah,
someone will have to win it.
Man. And we got.
But my top choice is Packers Bills.
We got a question from Matthew.
So prefer Pats Packers.
Let's see. We got two from one from Christian Legacy that says Daniel Jones will fail to impress and still carry on the same issues as last year. Giants struggle. I mean, we'll see.
I just see that. I don't rule anything out with the Giants.
My favorite question from Matthew: do you think the Browns are the real deal? Yes.
Yes. They are.
The Browns are back, baby. The Browns are back in town. I love it.
The Browns are the real deal. It just depends if they can maintain the same amount of. If they can have this exact same season as they did last year, Baker Mayfield is focused in. Everyone stays healthy in the Browns.
Yeah,
the Browns have a legitimate shot.
I think they do. I think this team has a lot of potential with OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Higgins and whatnot. But here's the thing: I think that they have a lot of potential, and I think that they can go far in the playoffs. Yep. We have another question: how do you feel about the Ravens wide receiver 1? Who will it be? Now, wide receiver number 1 is a very tough choice in the NFL.
I think right now their top receivers, isn't it like Hollywood Brown or something like that? Or
they signed Sammy Watkins in the offseason.
I think Watkins used to be a number 1. I think he's more of a number 2 now.
Yeah, so I think it would have to be Hollywood Brown right now because Willie.
I'm checking their depth chart.
Right, because I think right now Willie Snead is on the Raiders right now. They have wide receiver 1 Sammy Watkins and Marquise Brown. That's who it is. His nickname is Hollywood. His nickname is Hollywood. So yeah, Marquise Hollywood Brown. Yeah, I honestly I think Brown is a little bit better than Watkins right now. Yeah,
to be brutally honest, because I think Watkins has lost a couple of steps.
Yeah.
But Watkins is still a viable option.
I mean, here's the thing. the Ravens are going to be tough contenders out in the, I want to say north, right? If I'm correct.
Yep, north.
Yep, north.
Yep.
Okay. The one sound like an idiot, but yes, I think
Yep,
they are
north.
true contenders out there. It's going to be a tough race between the Browns and the Ravens. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's going to be a tough race out there.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah, no, Browns or Ravens are winning that division, one of the two.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be a tough race. In the end, which team do I want to see win? I want to see the Browns. I want to see the Browns.
Yeah, I know I chose Baltimore. I know I chose and I said the only way the Browns win that division is they split between both the Steelers and Ravens, which I think is true. But I do want to see the Browns win that division.
All right, Crispy Legacy. Top 3 NFL teams currently in order. It may be hard, but I'm curious. That's a good question.
Packers 3, Bucks 2, Chiefs 1.
Yeah, it would have to go in that order. I was going to say Bucks, Chiefs, and either Seahawks or Packers up there.
You can't go wrong with either one.
Right. The biggest question is, can Lamar Jackson get past the first playoff game? That's a good question.
He did last year. He did last year.
Well, I think she means can Lamar Jackson get past the second round? Because he's
honestly, I think this might be the year that the NFL figures out Lamar Jackson.
What do you mean by that?
Like they finally figure out how to stop him. He's been. He's now. This is his 4th NFL season now.
Right.
There's so much film on him. I think teams will finally find a way to stop him in his tracks and contain him to the pocket and have him really start to use his arm a little bit more. Now, look, I want to see Lamar Jackson develop an arm. Right. I really do. I think he'll be much more effective if he has a good combination of both legs and arm strength. And look, his arm strength is there, and the accuracy is there. I just want to see him throw the football more. But I think this is the year in which teams start to figure out to really contain him and keep him within that quarterback pocket.
Right.
Jackson doesn't believe that teams will figure him out, and that's fine. He has all that confidence, and I like that out of a player.
Right.
I love that out of a player. I love his confidence. I just think there's enough film on him now between when he took over for Joe Flacco in 2018 all the way up to now that this is the year that teams figure out how to completely neutralize Lamar Jackson.
Right. It'll be awesome. Where do you think the Ravens are in the power rankings? Now, power rankings is kind of hard for me.
I hate power rankings so much because it really does not do diligence to a lot of teams.
Right.
But I'd put the Ravens maybe at 8.
I'd say 8 or 9. I would have to agree.
Yeah, around there, 8 or 9.
And then Rachel says Lamar has never won a playoff game. He actually did win his first playoff.
He won.
Last year.
They beat the Titans last year in the wild card round,
and that was when they stomped on the logo, which I am not a big fan about. That
but the Titans stomped on their logo earlier in the year, so it's like fine, you got it out of the way in the playoff round, that's fine. As long as you don't pull the same crap this year, I'm fine with it.
Exactly. It just feels like
just don't be like TikTok boy and up in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God. Like, here's the thing. I don't mind Ravens fans, but if you have Ravens fans, like, you know who I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Or as Ben said, we smoking. It's just like,
I really don't mind Ravens fans. I don't mind them. Just don't be too cocky because they're obnoxious when you're cocky.
No, exactly. Let's see, he did not win last year. Yeah, Lamar Jackson won last year. His first
Lamar Jackson was the starting quarterback when the Ravens took on the Titans.
Exactly. Like we wouldn't be saying this if this wasn't true, but it is true. Lamar Jackson won his first, not NFL playoff game last season. I'm a Ravens fan, and that's fair. Okay, good. A Ravens fan agrees with us that
a Ravens. Look, I don't mind Ravens fans, and I love you even as a Ravens fan. I love you even more if you have common sense. That dude has common sense. Thank you.
Exactly. Like, at least he's not like we hope and
saying, Look. Am I saying Lamar Jackson is a bad quarterback? No, he's a phenomenal quarterback, and I believe he is a top 10 quarterback. Absolutely. Is he top 5? No, he's not top 5.
That's
top
pushing.
10. Yeah, top 10. Yes, he is. I just want me as a fan of the game of football as a whole. I want to see Lamar Jackson develop his arm a little bit more, so that way he doesn't always have to rely on his legs. Because my biggest concern with Jackson is that John Harbaugh is going to run him into the ground, and he's going to tear up his knee almost as bad as what RG3 did, and Lamar Jackson won't be the same. I don't want to look. John Harbaugh is a much smarter man than Mike Shanahan.
Yep.
But Mike Shanahan ran RG3 into the ground. I don't want to see John Harbaugh run Lamar Jackson into the ground.
No. I mean, it wouldn't be right to do that, but,
again, John Harbaugh is a lot smarter than Mike Shanahan.
Exactly. It's actually very interesting because we also have a comment here saying, what was it? My best friend from Matthew saying, my best friend is a Browns fan, and his wife promised him she would take him to the Super Bowl if they made it, which is awesome.
Ooh.
So I guess we got to cheer on the Browns this year, and hopefully they do well.
Hey, that's a big hope, but I hope she's saving on money right now because Super Bowl tickets are expensive.
Exactly. Me, Nick, and Colin will be there week 10 for the Browns versus Patriots game. We are very excited for. Can't wait. It's been our first game, my first game ever since Tom Brady's last official home playoff game.
It was week 17 against the Dolphins of the 2010 season.
Oh wow, it's been that far for you.
It's been an extremely long time since I've seen a Patriots game live in person.
So Rachel goes, "Okay, my Google lied to me. Sorry for doubting you." Rachel, it's fine. It's totally fine.
It's all right. It's all right. I had someone a couple weeks ago be like, "Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs don't have 13 Stanley Cups; they have 11." It's like Google's a free service.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, just type in Toronto Maple Leafs franchise history. Yes, they won 11 under the name Maple Leafs, but they're around since they were known as the Toronto St. Pat's and Arena, so they have 13.
Ooh, the last game for Matthew was last game for me was Brady versus Peyton, 2014. Wow,
that's a good one.
Matt, you beat me. Well, I say we're tied. I say me and Matt are tied because here's the thing.
I say Matt has the edge. He saw the Brady Manning rivalry.
I know. I really wish I saw Peyton Manning game because I've never seen. I've watched the Peyton Manning game, but I've never seen it like up close in person. And he's in the Hall of Fame. Great. Did you see Peyton Manning?
I loved his speech. I absolutely loved it.
What he said about Tom Brady. Tom.
I loved it.
Whenever you retire, it could be the year 2049.
I loved it. I loved Peyton's speech. I loved it.
Exactly. And Matthew says the seats were terrible, but still loved it. Hey, as long as you loved it, that's all that.
Hey, as long as you're in the building.
Yeah, exactly. So you
want to be able to see the game, but
hey, it's great to go to a game. It was very depressing when I went to see Tom Brady, see his be in his last home game. Dude, everyone was standing. You had to be there. Everyone, no one was sitting.
I believe it.
Yeah. Nobody was sitting down. Everyone was standing up. I was with my good friend Taryn Poe. She got the tickets. She was looking for someone to go, and I was her second option. So I was like, "Hey, I'll go." I'd love to see Tom Brady's hopefully, possibly last home game. But when I picked her up, I was like, "Can you believe that we're going to possibly Tom Brady's last home game?" She's like, "Don't say that." I don't want that to happen.
You jinxed it.
Exactly. I was just like, man, but it was still fun to go. I didn't get home till 3 a.m. It was just an amazing stint to, watch Tom Brady's last official home game in the Patriots uniform and whatnot. I love it. And, this season's coming to a near start, and it's going to be awesome to see, what questions. Now, for me, for questions, I think it's going to be, you know, how well who's going to do better quarterback wise, Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff? Who's going to win that battle? And if you ask me, I think it's going to be Matthew Stafford that's going to win it.
Yeah, no, Matthew Stafford. Stafford is in a much better position right now in LA than I'd say Jared Goff is right now in Detroit.
Exactly, because here's the difference between Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford actually has the weapons to do so, to win possibly his, the position and whatnot, and for sure. And it'll be very interesting to see who's going to go down. But I think it's going to be Matthew Stafford. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen and whatnot. But I definitely go Matthew Stafford. Can you download
yeah, you can download it on your phone or your laptop. It doesn't matter which one, as long as the login is the same.
Exactly. Thank you for your question, Austin. You guys can ask any questions that you guys want. But that's going to be the first question for me. Who's going to win? Who basically won that trade? I think if you ask me, I think it's the Rams. The Rams definitely won that trade.
Rams short term. I think the Lions maybe a few years down the road. But right now, definitely the Rams won that trade.
Exactly. So, and then I'm going to go with you for the questions for, how well will Mac Jones do the first stint as a Patriots quarterback? Now, my question for you is that many people have been, comparing Mac Jones to Tom Brady. Do you think that's a good comparison, or do you think that's way too early?
Way, way, way too early. Way too early. I mean, yeah. I get it. I mean, Mac Jones's build is similar to how Brady's build was when Brady first came in the league. This tall, lanky dude, out of shape. I wouldn't say out of shape, but little doughy in the middle. Runs like he has his stick up his butt.
Right.
So, I get that. No, I try to see Mac Jones playing an actual NFL game to see how he carries himself in an NFL offense before I make any comparisons to Brady. So it's way too early to compare Mac Jones to Brady. You can compare their builds and their size, sure. I think the Patriots offense is built for Mac Jones. It wasn't built for Newton. Yeah. Definitely this fits Mac Jones's character to a T. But I want to see Mac Jones actually play an actual NFL game, real game situations before I make any comparisons to if he's similar to Brady or not.
Exactly. I have a lot of hype for the Patriots. Everyone knows this. You know this. I know this. I think that, Cam Newton, Jesus Christ. I've had so much, faith in Cam Newton that I just feel like saying his name over Mac Jones, because I've been saying on this podcast, on my other podcast, saying Cam Newton's going to be on this revenge tour, and I apologize because I didn't know that this stuff would happen.
On my show, I said that Cam Newton's going to be the starting quarterback for the Patriots, and Patriots fans need to get over it.
Exactly, because you and I have been talking about it, and we were saying that there's no way in heck that Bill Belichick is going to go.
I thought there was a snowball's chance Mac Jones was going to start.
Right. And we were talking about this on Monday night, the night before, all of this happened. I asked you personally, I said, Nick, what's the chances of Mac Jones possibly starting for the New England Patriots? And you said,
I had it at 50-50, but I said Bill Belichick was going to defer to Cam Newton.
Exactly. And I agreed because you and I know Bill more than, people on this app do. And we thought that, Bill Belichick would go with the surveillance starter in Cam Newton. But, no, that didn't happen. We have some comments over here, Matt saying, compared to the other rookie quarterbacks, Mac has a bad team situation. True.
Yes.
I agree with what he says.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. Mac Jones is in a much better situation compared to Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. He's in the better situation than those five. I think, obviously Wilson and Lawrence are starting for their teams because they're the top 2 picks. Mac
Right.
Jones was a surprise guy who's starting, while Fields and Trey Lance will most likely begin the season on the bench. Well,
Exactly.
Fields is. Trey Lance, most likely he is as well. But at some point, though, all 5 will be starting in the NFL.
Exactly. And then we have Austin asking us one question. How can I download Anchor app on my laptop? I want to start my own radio.
It should be in the App Store. Depends what laptop you have. Should be in the App Store.
Exactly. Though. And all you need to do is basically download,
download it, create an account, and and then just play with it.
Exactly, and have fun with it. If you guys want to do your own radio show, go right ahead. That's what Nick and I are doing. And for the last 3 minutes, man, I want to tell everyone about the kind of surprise that we have for them. Because Nick, sadly, this will be the last episode of The Clutch. But
I canceled you.
So here's the thing, guys. In all seriousness,
I'm just kidding. I didn't cancel Devin.
In all seriousness, Nick walked up to our boss and he said, "Man, listen, I think that Devin is not a great host." And I looked at Nick. I said, really? We've been best friends for almost half a decade, more than.
Yeah, I went out to Ron and said, "This guy sucks. You don't have to cancel him."
Yeah, and here's the thing. Nick's very jealous. He said, "Yo, how many?"
Okay, let's tell them the actual truth
before we get out of hands. and
before I drive to Rhode Island and give you haymakers.
And so here's the thing. So I was talking to Nick because on this channel, if you guys don't watch Nick's channel, he does Titletown Throwdown, and he also talks about Boston sports. So what I had an idea of was, because Nick and I have really great chemistry. No, not in that way, but talking sports way. But I'm just saying so people don't get just like, oh my God, really?
Just continue.
So I spoke to our head of facilities, Ron, and I said that, since both Nick and I talk about sports and we have great times talking together, why not we just combine the shows together and make it one big show? And Ron says, yeah, go right ahead. You guys are my boys. I can't believe he still said that. That, you guys are my boys, not even
Ron,
1 year.
Well, Ron and I had a discussion about this months ago before you started the Clutch.
Oh, really?
No, Ron had concerns about there being 2 shows about Boston sports. I told him, we already have a plan about it.
Right.
No, he still felt that, at some point we just need one sports show about Boston sports. So I think now that we're combining the shows, I think I think he's a lot happier about it. It makes it easier to take set, and we can eliminate this tab here on StreamYard, create one tab for you and I, and just call it a day.
So here's the thing. So I'm not going to be doing the Clutch anymore. Nick's not going to be doing the Titletown. So what is going to happen is, I think we're starting the show, Saturdays at 1, like your time, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in, and this is going to be on what? Sports Only Network, right?
Fans Only, yeah. We can put it on Naked Sports as well, but all shows are going to be primarily Fans Only again.
So if you guys do want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sports what is this? Fans Only Sports.
Fans Only Sports Network.
Exactly. Live access suspended for violating our community guidelines. Oh. Okay. Wow. Anyways, so going back to that, we will be going live, I guess not on TikTok anymore, but we'll be starting up on next time, which will be Saturday. So we will see you guys and talk to you guys. I will be on Nick's show this coming up Saturday, and we will talk to you guys next time. I'm Devin Telgani.
I'm Knuckle Bong.
And this will be the Clutch. Last and final offer. And we'll see you guys next time.